Hey guys, welcome. I wanted to talk about living in Japan for over a year and a half now because time is flying and it's been over a year and a half of living in Japan at this point. And I kind of want to talk a little bit about my feelings and also open up a little bit about what it's been like. And as you're looking at these clips, I'm showing you some of the highlight reels from some of the cool places that we've gone, and I've titled them so that if you're looking to go to the same place, you're able to do that as well. But that's been kind of the easy route on this channel, to show you the fun stuff that I've done and kind of keep you updated of the successes that I've already completed. And so this video is kind of one of the first times that I want to open up about some of the things that I'm still in the middle of. And one of them is, this is like the last month I will be 30. I'm gonna be 31 on the 26th of May. And looking back over my time in Japan, it's been kind of surreal. Like, time has been flying. I turned 30 in Japan, and it's really made me think and ponder about what I want to do in life. And that's part of the reason this channel has the title Ikigai Travelers, because it's about purposefulness and about finding meaning, not just traveling around and showing off and experiencing the place and everything. It's also about like trying to get a deeper understanding of yourself and life as well. And that's why I gave the channel this name. And so my point for this is, one of the things I want to commit to for this next chapter of my life is really standing on business and actually doing that more. I am very nervous to be in front of the camera. I like showing you my adventures, but I get really nervous when it's me in front of the camera. And I also always feel like there's something missing. Like, I wish that I could do this video in both English and Japanese, because I know that there's so many of you who are Japanese, or Japanese is your first language, or your first language is something other than English. And so I feel like, oh, I wish I could do that, or I wish I didn't stutter so much, or whatever it is. But honestly, like, life is so short, and I feel like this is my chance to show you who I really am, and this is my chance to stop holding myself back on this channel. And I feel like maybe that's gonna be what I need to do. So anyways, thank you for listening to my quick TED talk. I'm gonna ramble on in the next coming clips, but I don't know, I'm just looking forward to being in a new chapter. Hey guys, I have a completely new setup here. I am using my early birthday present, which is a completely new camera. I will put the details for that in the description of this video. But I also wanted to talk about living in Japan. At this point, we've been in Japan for about 1 year and 6 months. Firstly, moving to Japan was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Even though we had a lot of support in that my job that I had initially to get us here paid for our move, which I would highly recommend for anybody who is looking at moving to Japan, to get a job that's going to pay for at least some of your moving expenses, because there are a lot of them. The other thing is, I have 3 pets. You can probably see Evie sleeping behind me, and I think Loki's behind him. You can see his ears. And I don't know where Moxie went. She's we call her our raccoon. She's always roaming. She's probably doing her own thing. Anyways, we have 3 pets. So the cost of moving 3 pets to Japan was extremely expensive, so I had to save up for that. I saved up for about a year, and it cost me easily $10,000 for the specifically travel associated cost alone. If you add in like medical expenses and exams beforehand, it probably was much more than that. But the main costs that I'm tracking, that I recall getting the bill for, were around $10,000. But I think there were more associated costs with vet trips and all of that. Moving to Japan
there was like a lot of like scurrying because I had to get a new passport because I had gotten married the same year that we moved to Japan. So it was a lot of changes in 1 year, getting married and then moving to a different country. And although those are both like big positives and like really exciting, I think it was like a bit of an adjustment. I also have anxiety, and so one of the things that triggers my anxiety is like a lot of changes and things that are like not structured, that like I have no control over. I feel like control is like, I don't know, such a strong word, but I feel like what it means for me is like if I feel like there's a lot of changes going on around me and I have no like autonomy to do my own thing or make my own decision or like do what I think needs to be done to fix the situation or the problem or whatever, it can feel very, very stressful for me. So moving to Japan, it's a different culture, it's different rules, it's a different way of life. And so probably for the first 3 or 4 months of being in Japan, there would be social situations that would pop up and I would just like go home and cry, just trying to cope with the fact that things are going to be different and they're not going to be how you expect them. And I bring that up because I feel like before moving to Japan, my main focus was all the positive things that I know about Japan, especially because I lived in Japan briefly before. I lived in Okinawa for about 2 years. And so it felt a lot more transient because it's just like, okay, I know for a fact I'm only going to be here for 2 years and I'm not married. I don't have any pets. So there's not really like a lot of whatever. I know I'm just here for work for exactly 2 years and I'm going to go right back to the US. And the current situation, I really don't know exactly how things are going to work for us in the long term. Like there's kind of like a pending deadline to wrap things up, but there's a lot of variables in our situation right now. And so it just, again, kind of going back to the control or maybe desire for stability and predictability in life, which sounds so boring. But at the same time, like sometimes predictability is safety, or like it feels like safety, if that makes sense. So yeah, so now fast forward from that experience that I was talking about, now I feel like things are a lot better. There's still some weird moments where I'm just like, but I speak a lot more Japanese now. I'm almost conversational. And I feel like that helps a lot. Like if I, need to kind of like feel out a situation or try and figure out what's going on, I think that helps. And then the other thing is just the countless truly kind people that I've encountered in Japan. Like I can't overstate it enough. And I've just had so many experiences like that with people here in Japan. Like genuine kindness, genuine respect for those around them, and understanding for the fact that like, yeah, I completely don't have it all figured out, and I think that honestly is what is propelling me to try and study Japanese so aggressively, is because people here have been so kind. Like I'll walk away from a situation sometimes and be like, wow, like why did this person go out of their way to help me to this extent, and it's happened multiple times. As far as a working situation, so when I was living in Yamaguchi Prefecture in Iwakuni, I was like the main one who had like the job that kind of like everything was revolving around. Like our ability to stay in Japan was essentially tied to that job. Now that's not the case anymore. And my current work situation is kind of like more of a part-time thing. It's not like a career. And so now I'm in a situation of where I feel like I should think about what exactly I want to do. And so one of the things that I'm looking into right now is, what if I started doing some freelance type stuff? So I kind of looked at what other people are doing, and I've put some feelers out there to see if maybe modeling will be an option in Japan. I am short, so I don't know how that will go, but I feel like it's worth a try. And then also kind of like using this time that I have where it's not 100% career driven to focus on whatever other things that I've always wanted to do. Like I really, really want to run a marathon, and that's something that I want to do probably this fall. So I'm kind of having like a training plan and trying to go through that. So I think I want to leave everybody on the note that sometimes it's way easier to show the highlight reel and show the footage of the fun times and adventures in Japan. And it's a lot harder to talk about the things that are not going my way, or to even sit down and talk to the camera directly and be present. And I would really like to do both, because I feel like it's a way to give a balanced perspective to the viewers, and I feel like it's something I owe to myself to be a little bit more open. So on that note, thank you for watching. I hope you like the new camera setup. I hope you can see that it's an upgrade. Let me know. Probably I'll try and do more travel content later. This weekend I really wanted to go to the Yokosuka Museum of Art, because I know that they're having a Ghibli temporary display. But yeah, that didn't happen, so hopefully soon. I know there'll be more travel content later, so thank you for watching. It's been fun. Hopefully I'll catch you later, and until next time, bye.